What's up, Facebook? Coming to you from the headquarters at Panama Beach. This is Ground Zero, and I want to talk to you about a Facebook ad I created in less than 20 minutes. It generated over 200 jobs. Everybody's trying to figure out the way to future-proof their roofing company. They're trying to figure out how to sell online, and this is something where there's a lot of misconception in, and there's a lot of preconceived limited beliefs of contractors just think they're not capable of creating leads any other ways besides knocking on doors or word of mouth referrals. And so I want to tell you that's not true, guys. I want to paint a picture of exactly what it was like, man. I'm going to take you back to a year 2010. And this was actually before I met my wife. I was a door-to-door roofing salesman that was always great at selling roofs. I was always able to go door to door, bring my message to the customer at the doorstep, provide that value, and do it over and over again. I was really good at it. And the year before, I think me and two other guys sold $2.5 million in projects. And I was really proud of the team, proud of the results. But at the same time, I wasn't thinking big enough. And so I see a lot of my contractors in the same state that I was in about 2010. And so I take you to a time where I was 24 years old. And me and my friend Cameron Smith, who's actually still in Atlanta, Georgia right now, we're in a neighborhood, Brazelton, Georgia, and we were, just kind of working the neighborhood, knocking doors. And the thing is you can only go as far as your hands can take you. You can only go as far as your legs can take you. And the best and most important investment that I've ever made in my life is the ability to duplicate myself. And most importantly, contractors, they have a challenge. They have a challenge where they can't seem to get out of their own way. They can't seem to find a way to duplicate themselves. And they don't want to take their hard-earned cash, their capital, and put it into growth because they're nervous about just the little amount of money that would be left over for their roofing company. So, I was at a time now, 24 years old, not necessarily thinking about, overhead expenses. I was, just kind of like a sales manager and a salesman, and I had two sales guys. And even though we did 2.5 million in revenue, and we really did a good job finding the bigger jobs in the area. What I really was trying to do was find a business that didn't depend on me knocking on the doors, managing the projects. I think that year I handled more than 100 clients personally. What's up, John Thompson? How you doing, my man, from the Lake of Ozarks, dude? That picture that you put up on the internet, dude, I thought you were about to fall off the roof. I know that that would have made a good shot for a Facebook ad. Hopefully you made a video up on top of that roof talking about the blue collar marketing method, but that's what we're talking about. I did make a video in less than 20 minutes that resulted in 200 jobs here in Panama City. We're building those jobs today, just so that you see here. We've got about 6 jobs in production, and it's not about what you can sell, it's about what you collect. And so I teach contractors how to scale their marketing campaigns in 2019, how to get better results out of their sales people, out of their sales team, how to duplicate their sales process. And I teach people operation systems for contractors so that you manage systems, not people. And so John's a part of our elite group. I did a call this morning on scaling with production and the systems that we use. But today the talk is about fishing with dynamite and how I created these jobs. And I'm just talking to you about this moment when I was 24 years old. We did 2.5 million. I'm selling, I'm knocking doors, but I'm a slave to my customers. I'm a slave to my business. I built a business, but instead of the business running without me, I'm in the truck going to pick up the materials. I'm dealing with the complaining customer who's cussing me out because the roofers didn't do what they were supposed to. I'm all the time kind of wasting precious moments of the day, and really figuring out how to scale was bothering me. At the end of the year, didn't really have a business, and I was disappointed in the final result because it was the biggest storm. It covered a huge area in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And so what happened was I came across my first big marketing idea. And I want to talk to you about my first big marketing idea. And, the concept was actually somebody hit me up. They showed me basically a voice broadcasting machine, a machine that would allow me to call lots of people. This was before Facebook advertisement. What's up, Sabrina? How you doing? And so what I did was I just kind of studied what worked in another marketplace. And so this guy was using the voice broadcaster for mortgages, and there at this time had just recently been a mortgage collapse. So I kind of took his approach, which I call a public service announcement. And so what that means is that on the voice broadcasting, I got their attention, because the first step is to get someone's attention. And I got their attention because I said, this is a public service announcement. And so the concept was, we're here to inform you. We're here to educate you. We're not here to sell you anything. And this is something that you need to listen to. And when you say it in an authoritative way, when you are the expert, they listen, the customers. And so we dropped a pre-recorded message into this machine for roofers. I mean, for people that are affected by hail, we said, you are in the path of a catastrophic hailstorm. Please press 1 now to schedule your free hail damage inspection. Hail damage is not visible from the ground, but is covered in full by your homeowner's insurance policy. Please press 1 because hail damage can cause leaks, is covered in full by your homeowner's insurance policy, and could cost you large out-of-pocket expense. Avoid unnecessary roof expense by pressing 1 now to schedule your free hail damage inspection. And so, of course, this was before all these federal do not call lists that were really being enforced the way they are, and the rules for voice broadcasting was different. And so I just put out blast 30,000 people. I just recognized the more people that heard the message, my phones blew up. They pressed 1, the phone would ring. It brought energy inside the office, and I for the first time created like 50 leads in a day. Then we were creating 100 leads in a day. And we didn't know what to do with them. We had a big marketing idea, a big breakthrough, and a big application as far as technology and a message, but we didn't know what to do with all these leads. And so we had to get disciplined with entering the leads into a CRM. We had to get disciplined with hiring a key admin professional, and that was my wife. My wife was actually in the office at the time, selling during this public service announcement campaign. We would get 2 responses. The people would say, hey, we would train her to answer the phone, say something like, hey, when would you like to schedule your free hail damage inspection? And whenever they were dissatisfied with us calling multiple times, to be like, what company is this? So that would be the negative reaction. And so we'd have to dance a little bit. But the idea is that we set a lot of appointments, and that allowed me to hire a lot of great sales guys. Because point number 2 about fishing with dynamite is that when you create like a stupid environment for opportunity, that you attract the top business talent. When closers and movers and shakers see a big marketing idea in action, it creates like an energy in the office. It's something that Desiree was a part of, and that's when she first met me. And so she's like, wow, what's going on here? These guys have exciting businesses. And so we went from that year from $2.5 million to about $10 million in revenue. And a lot of you want to go from $2.5 million to $2 million. And I will tell you, the first step is that you need the salespeople. And the salespeople, after we had all these leads, I would put an ad on Craigslist. At the time, I titled it Grown Man Easter Egg Hunt, just so I could get the attention of the mortgage brokers, of the insurance guys, of the guys that were failing in the marketplace. And so, they would come in the office and we would, say, you're going to have to knock doors, but we do have big marketing ideas in place, leads being created, and we're going to actually help you get into the neighborhoods and help you kind of get your momentum with a few easy sales, because it's not just the lead that matters, it's actually the referral that matters. And so evolved about, let's say, 2010, almost 9 years later. You can't really use voice recording. You can't blast the do not call list. All these things I stopped doing probably a couple of years after I had this first breakthrough. Technology became outdated. But when Facebook advertising came, basically there's the same opportunity. You can make just as many impressions. We get people into our funnels for less than $1 a click. We get in front of people, we make an impression, and we go through their news feed, and they capture or watch our video for 3 seconds or longer to 1 million people a month in my roofing company. And we convert based off the fact that we entertain, okay, we educate, and we execute. And we learned that from Billie Jean. But the point is like, the number one thing about the public service announcement was I created an ad campaign. I had another little light bulb go off in my head, an epiphany. Hurricane Michael's churning in the ocean. It's churning in the ocean, and it's about to hit. And Gary Vee, he talked about at the IMG event in 2018 how he would, put these campaigns up before an actual storm to get a massive amount of leads. And so I thought, wow, why don't I just shoot this video. I'll mold it off the public service announcement. I will entitle kind of this as an informative thing to people that are affected by the storm. And so this video got shared 286 times. So organically, we were getting millions of impressions from people, from property owners in affected areas, and they're opting into our funnels. It resulted in about 450 leads, which converted to 200 jobs. More importantly, I didn't have to spend that much money on those leads because of the organic shares. And so what I did to get the shares was I gave valuable content. You have to think about your information that you put on the internet. Is this worth sharing? And so if you're a roofing contractor and you are in the neighborhood and you're wanting to bring light to what you have, think about the education that you can bring to this customer, the things that they have. One question that most roofing contractors aren't asking yourself: what does your customer think they already know about their roof? And so if you ask yourself that question, they probably already think their roof's not damaged. They already think there's no reason to pay for a roof if I don't need one. They're already thinking I have so many other expenses and so many other things to spend money on. Why in the shit would I spend money on a roof that is not leaking? Okay, so that's the first step. For this public service announcement's effectiveness, what I did was I broke down 5 tips on how to handle the insurance company, how not to get beat at the insurance claim game. And at the beginning of the video, I followed the Russell Brunson perfect webinar strategy of creating an us versus them mentality and focusing on making my ideal target, the property owner about to be affected by the storm, the hero in the journey. And I was the guide. And my job was to guide them through this disaster that was about to come and teach them what their responsibilities are. Their insurance policy says that it's their responsibility to get water out of their home. How do they do it? Where do they go to do it? So that's how we started. Number 2, how do we stop the water from coming in, and what is your responsibilities to tarp the roof? So we're getting in here, we're talking about different options for shrink wrap. We're talking about different options for tarping. We're talking about how, all these different temporary water solutions fail on roof systems. And so this is like very valuable information. And number 3, we're talking about basically their responsibilities as a policyholder to document the damage, to prove to the insurance company they sustained the damage, and to actually get an estimate to them, because that will speed up the whole process. And the number 4 step, of course, is to have a professional out there and to get an estimate and to actually submit that to the insurance company. So we gave them a step-by-step process. This question that you ask yourself: is this video valuable on the internet? If it's just on the internet and the people aren't my client, does this make the internet better? Okay. And so that video, it made the internet a lot better because I educated a community. I think by the time this campaign was over with, there was 100,000 views. And out of this one campaign, we had 286 shares because I gave the customers this public service announcement, this spinoff from this big marketing idea I had in 2010 that helped me go from $2.5 million to $10 million. So I put this public service announcement into a script, and I want to give you access to the script. Okay, I actually completely built a course based on this marketing method because I created the lead campaign within 20 minutes. We actually captured most of the leads without a website. We used a Facebook lead form. That's one of the things that contractors don't understand, is that you don't even need to be an expert web designer. You don't need all these different website tools. As a matter of fact, Facebook provides the opportunity just to get the lead immediately from the Facebook page. And so with a video that basically people buy off a video when their emotion is greater than their resistance. So emotionally, how would you like to make a Facebook video that created 200 jobs? Give me some hearts. If you're a roofing salesman, a roofing owner, and you'd like to make a Facebook video that got you 200 projects, I think, of course, we haven't calculated the total value of that yet, but somewhere around $2.5 million in sales just off of that one ad. Literally probably, multiple 6 figures in profits by the time it's all said and done. And so if you want to be able to create ads like this, I give you the exact script in the blue collar marketing method. And I work with my private clients at executing this script. And we have guys that are kicking major ass. We have guys that are getting leads like crazy. I want to give a shout out to Tyler Melton out of Dallas Fort Worth. This guy has made a new push to the before and after. He's got a video of what the property looked like before, like with the drones, and then basically the guys working, and then the after. And the whole time you're taking this journey of a before and after on top of the roof. you know, Tyler's actually talking on a voiceover. This is the biggest mistake I see on drone videos. There's no voiceover, and that 80% of Facebook videos are red. And so you're just thinking people are just going to consume that drone video and opt in, when you don't educate, you don't entertain, and you don't add value to the internet. So why are they not opting in? They're not going to opt in. So the truth is like, if you want to learn how to do this, if you want to get more freedom in your roofing business, what you need to do is you need to apply to be one of my private clients, okay? You can get immediate access and train on the blue collar marketing method all the time, but we have a weekly group talk in Sky Diamonds Elite, and today we're actually going over systems for profit. We took a tour of the office, and I only have a limited people, but we have access to 10x Growth Con in a suite. And we have an army of people that were raising the status of the blue collar entrepreneur. So look, if you want access to the 10x Growth Con suite, if you want me to personally work with you to create this public service announcement in your business, this video got shared 286 times. It got me 200 projects, approximately $2.5 million in deals, 45 leads. We got the engagement for less than 3 cents per engagement, less than $1 a click. If you want these kind of results, I'll share with you exactly how I did it. Click the link below to become one of my private clients. Check out the video at the top of the landing page about the 10X Growth Con, the Closers Only Suite, and you can be a part of the Sky Diamonds Elite. These guys are a band of brothers obsessed with progression. We got guys, you got to have a $1 million company. You got to be willing to go 10 to 15 hours a week in personal development. You got to have an understanding somewhat of sustainable systems for profit in roofing, but you need to be at a point where you're really open-minded and coachable. If that sounds like something for you, fill out the form below. As a matter of fact, while I was talking here, I got a lead just while I was talking here, Facebook lead, okay? And Preston, my sales guy, has got that lead because I've taught him the blue collar marketing method, and we've Zapiered it directly to his right there. Oh, I better get that off the internet. There's a phone number. Might have to beep that out. But the point is like, I know it's duplicatable because my people are doing it. My clients are doing it. We got one guy, $2.3 million job. Okay, this guy right here doubled his business. He went from $4 million to $8 million in Georgia with the same approach. And so if you want to learn how to do it, fill out the form below. I'm going to put a link in the comments. Apply to be one of my private clients. It's going to be a strategy call, and I'm going to find exactly the holes that are in your sales, marketing, or operations process. We're going to help you double your sales in the next 12 months. I'm going to do this every single day at 12 o'clock. I'm going to keep it as close to 15 minutes as possible, guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again tomorrow. I really appreciate everybody. Y'all keep coming back. Like I said, we're going to keep it short and sweet. Thank y'all. Have a good one.